Alright. So, what we have here is a classic case of, I don't know any other way to word this, to be perfectly truthful with you, but, this right here is what you would call the new pay-to-man. And, I say that because, apparently his contract is expired, or is about to expire. Wow. That's pretty wild there. Of course, I talked about it the other day. I feel as if, with everything that is transpiring right now, specifically when it comes to the man Becky Lynch, she's about to get paid. She's about to get paid, and I feel like I just have to repeat and echo what Luke Owen said the other day on Wrestle Talk News, or at least within the last week or so. I believe Becky is about to be the highest paid woman in the industry, and I'm not sure if it's going to be even close. Maybe it is, but she's going to be at the top. I'm pretty confident of that. I'm also confident of the fact that not even so much just the women, I would say she probably cracked the top 3 overall throughout the industry, period. Men or women. So, that being said, I guess it's a little bit understandable that they haven't worked out anything with Chad Gable yet. But it's really, really funny to me that if they knew that this was going to be the case, that probably should have been addressed quite some time ago, wouldn't you think? But, it's really, really interesting. He was really a factor in the triple threat match, obviously. I mean, as you would expect him to be in Saudi Arabia. Of course, I didn't watch that, but I mean, you just gotta know. You just gotta know. It's fucking Chad Gable, for fuck's sake. The point I'm trying to make is the man is money. Now, I'm not saying that he's trying to command that top star money or anything like that, but it's like, this is a deal that you should be able to come up with a number, get it over to him, and if there's anything that needs to be worked about it, see what you can do. Otherwise, you basically have to pull the plug on what actually has to be, and might even be low-key, one of the hottest stories going right now with him and Otis. And again, the factor that he's been as far as the Intercontinental Championship picture has been concerned. But nonetheless, I just find it wild that this is still yet to be taken care of. I mean, man, I like to think it does, but just the fact that it's being talked about, man, damn. But we're going to move on from that to some more exciting stuff here. Turns out that it's been talked about. Obviously, we got another forbidden door being open here, particularly between WWE and TNA. More specifically, NXT and TNA, with Jordynne Grace challenging NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez for the championship at Battleground here coming up in Vegas. Now, what makes this really fun is that there's actually been interaction with these two in the past, in Drew McIntyre and Moose. They actually did have some encounters in the past, towards the end of Drew McIntyre's time with what was then Impact Wrestling. And I'll be perfectly honest, my memories of that aren't as strong as they used to be, and that's especially because that was also a point to where Impact Wrestling, of course, at the time was just at such a low that it wasn't even stomachable for me to just even watch anymore. I couldn't be into it to save my life. I felt let down. I felt incredibly let down, but over the last few years, they've been bringing me back around, and if nothing else, this is huge. I hate that, as I've said before, I have no real actual access to Access TV, which for whatever reason Hulu doesn't seem to want to have that as a part of their package. Hopefully that changes, or hopefully even better than that, we get them on a real network. But I'd like to think that things like this are going to go a long way to making that happen, and I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, I brought up just moments ago this right here. I want to talk about this, and it's real interesting because there are at least a couple of people that are of the mindset that Jordynne Grace should win the championship. And when I heard this, well, of course, first and foremost, I'm like, word? And then I got to thinking about it, and it actually makes sense. It's a hell of a way to get eyes on TNA's product, and you know, I think I could go out of my way to find a means to getting a hold of watching Access TV, or maybe figure something out along that way. I don't know. One way or another, it's just gonna be really exciting to see all the things that develop from this, especially should Jordynne Grace win the NXT Women's Championship. But in the long run, you know, just the notion of Drew McIntyre going to TNA to potentially once again win the TNA World Championship, and what if he's the one that actually beats Damian Priest to win the world title at Clash at the Castle? I mean, let's think about that for a second. How wild would that be? You've got the WWE World Heavyweight title and the TNA World Heavyweight title on one dude, and he's going between both shows. How huge would that shit be? Seriously. I mean, I love this for everything that it is, because, I mean, you know, it's just so amazing that we're finally at this point to where we're actually talking about this. Excuse that from the background, of course. Yeah, I mean, I just can't say enough about this. And it's just really exciting, but at the same time, I gotta say, it's also a little bit saddening as well, because you know, I bring this up. Obviously, AEW's out in the cold on this one, and how much fun would this be? You know, it just... Hopefully there's something that we can do to turn this around. I don't know how that's going to happen, but maybe with time that could be the case. But unfortunately, it's not going to be anytime soon. Sadly, just given the fact that, especially now, shots are still being taken. I mean, look no further than the segment following the opening match, which was Ospreay winning the International Championship, and you had the return of MJF. It just is wild to me, because I don't know. I mean, it's not really so much a shot on WWE as it is, of course, because he said specifically, I don't need a New Japan or Vince McMahon. MJF made MJF, basically. I probably am a little bit off on that, but that's basically what it boils down to. Either way, you know, it's a little disappointing, because this is something I think we all want to see one way or another. And, of course, there are many of us, and I pointed this out specifically yesterday. I mean, there are those of us that are let down. And for those that go as far to say so in the way that you choose to say so, I don't blame you for that. I'll say that again. And not only do I not blame you for that, I'll do whatever I can to preserve your right for that shit. Let's just say, well, within certain means. I'm just, you know, there's just a little bit of context that has to go into that, but that's neither here nor there. The point I'm trying to make here is, we really do need to be at a point where this is a thing, but it's not just them. I would like to think maybe NWA, MLW, GCW, which I hear a lot about, but I've seen none of. I talked about CMML or CMLL. I don't watch CMLL at all. I don't watch AAA. I don't really. I'm pretty sure I could get access to it, but right now it's more. I'm inclined to actually make a bit more of my time for not just TNA but also Ring of Honor, and for specific reasons. I'll go into that here in another video coming up. But really and truly, this is what we ultimately need to be a thing, because I mean, if we're being real about it, this is what we wanted a long time ago. I mean, we're talking the Attitude Era days, or even back to the Monday Night War days. I mean, this is literally all we wanted. I can't say it enough. And if you think that that isn't the case, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. You're absolutely just flat out incorrect about that. Because if and when we get to this point, trust me when I tell you this, you're going to see it for everything that it is. But I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all coming through to rock with me. Thank y'all very much. And, of course, like, share, subscribe if you are new. And I'm going to get at y'all.